So we have reached our core, and as Pilates is known for, it's really good for your core, Pilates. So yes, everything we do, from even when we're working our feet, our whole everything we do is all based around our core strength, sort of the body weight exercises that we do as well. So our core, we quite often focus on our transverse abdominis, which we talk about a lot, and our pelvic floor. But the core is made up of a lot more muscles. So we've got the rectus abdominis, which is commonly known as our six-pack. We've got our obliques. We've got the muscles in our back, which also make up our core. And also there's a lot more deeper muscles. So when we're doing things like plank, they support our trunk. So today we're going to go through a mix of exercises. We're going to start off with going through a nice little system of like toe taps, single leg stretch. So we're going to build that up, layer them up in them exercises. Then in the middle section, we're going to have a little bit of a play around with some of the more commonly, or some of the more sort of known exercises that do sort of reach a little bit into the advanced level. Now, obviously, if you've sort of done a lot of the sort of online classes with me before, and you've sort of followed along, you know, we've played around with some of these exercises before, so they're not something that, some of these exercises are not something that I'll say, oh, a beginner can come and do these exercises. They're something that you sort of work towards. And so today we're having a little bit of a crash course from some of the beginner moves into the advanced moves. But what we're going to do, we're going to break them down, and we're going to see, and we may not be able to exactly execute them that well today, but it's how we can strengthen the body and learn how to possibly achieve some of these moves as we go along. Okay, so we're going to have a bit of a giggle with that one. All right, so we're going to get started, and let's give our feet that bit of attention, because we've probably been crammed in shoes all day. So just placing the bottom of the hand underneath the toes, and we're just going to push our feet into our hands. So we're stretching out the balls of our feet and keeping them ankles nice and straight as we do so. Then we're going to lift them toes up, and you're going to feel that stretch even into the heel, down in the back of the calf as well, so into the Achilles and underneath in the arch of the foot. So a nice stretch all the way through the foot. And then going the opposite way, so rolling the hand over the toes, loosening off all them joints and ligaments in the toes, rolling your hands over, nice stretch through, and even into the side of the feet. So roll your hands around the side, putting your fingers underneath, nicely loosening off all the bones, all the joints and muscles in our feet. Great, so placing your feet down at the beginning of the mat, feet hip width apart. We're going to hold on to the front of our knees. We're going to elongate our spine, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders back. You're going to take a nice deep inhale through your nose. You're going to exhale, and we're going to slowly bring this down. So trying to come down nice and evenly. We want to rotate the pelvis. We're going to try and focus on getting the middle part of the back down, and then gently unfolding through the shoulders and bringing yourself down. When you get down to the mat, have a nice little wiggle around, get comfy, broaden the shoulders, drop the shoulder blades back down into the mat, bring your feet in a little bit closer, and let's bring our attention back to our feet, where we're going to put a little bit of pressure into the balls of the big toe, a little bit of pressure in the balls of the little toes, and pressure into the heels. So that nice triangle of pressure through our feet is what I normally refer to as flat feet. And then we're going to go on to our pelvic alignment. So we're going to rotate our pelvis backwards and forwards to loosen off our spine and find that neutral alignment. So when we're ready, relaxing their shoulders back and down. We're going to inhale through our nose. We're going to exhale. We're going to rotate the pelvis back on itself and gently imprint the spine into the mat. Now, before we move, we want to make sure we're engaging nicely through the body. We're going to rotate the pelvis, keeping control, making sure that dominant side isn't going to lead that movement, and then back the other way. Again, controlling that on both sides of the body. And if you do feel like one side's more dominant than the other, then put a little bit of pressure into that opposite heel so we can engage nicely down that opposite side and supporting this movement as we rotate the pelvis backwards and forwards. So any minuscule fraction of movement, we've got control through the pelvis and trying to encourage that nice alignment through the body, through the pelvis, so it's working nice and symmetrically as we rotate the pelvis. And as we do that, we want to try and make sure the thighs are staying nice and still, they're not having a little wobble as we do so. And then we're going to go into one more exhale where we imprint the spine into the mat, relax the shoulders back and down. And then we're going to go into one more inhale. Remember to keep that nice and controlled through that rotation. Hold that little stretch in the lower spine. Nice stretch. And let's find that halfway point now. So rotate the pelvis back to where you think is halfway. We're going to have a little check with our fingers, just seeing if we can just about slide our hand underneath that gap. And that's then helping us align through the spine and into the pelvis. Relaxing shoulders back and down. And we're going to place our hands on our lower rib cage, fingers up, thumbs down. And we're going to inhale through our nose and we're going to feel the rib cage opening up nice and wide. And then we exhale, the rib cage is going to close back in. So really getting a nice big inhale, lots of oxygen in, widening through the ribs. And we exhale and the rib cage closing back in. As we inhale, that diaphragm is drawing down, so we visualise that inhale coming into the back and the sides of the ribs. As we exhale, that diaphragm's coming up, starting to feel that exhale coming from the belly, go all the way to the end of the breath. And then again with that nice big inhale, really wide in the ribs, big rib cage. And we exhale, we're going to start to draw that belly button down. So we're starting to engage the transverse abdominis, going all the way to the end of the breath, making that nice and strong, relaxing the shoulders. Again to that nice big inhale, nice and wide in the ribs. Exhale, we're going to draw that belly button down, engaging the corset of muscles around our waist, relaxing in the shoulders, go all the way to the end of the breath, nice and strong. And inhale, wide in the ribs, big inhale, lots of oxygen. On this next one, we're going to include the pelvic floor. So we're going to draw the belly button down. We're going to lift the pelvic floor, that hammock of muscles lower down. We lift, engage that all the way through, relax the shoulders to the end of the breath. And again with that nice big inhale. Exhale, we're going to draw the belly button down. We're going to lift the pelvic floor. I want you to hold that contraction now and go to normal breathing. So we've engaged the core, we've relaxed the shoulders, the feet are nice and flat, and we're just breathing nice and normally. So we've got the core ready to go. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off with a nice simple one first of all. We're going to do some heel slides. So we're going to slide the leg out and then draw that back in. So starting with that right leg, we're going to inhale, we're going to slide the right leg along the mat, and then we're going to exhale. You can use your core, pull that back in with the core, nice and strong movement. Over to the left side, we're going to inhale, slide the leg out nice and long, and then we exhale, pull that back in using the core. Again, right side, inhale, slide the leg nice and straight, lengthen through. Exhale, we're going to pull that leg back in. One more time, left side, inhale, stretch it out nice and long. Exhale, pull that back in. Well done. Go back out with that right leg. So we're going to inhale, we're going to slide that right leg out. Now we're going to lift that right leg up towards the ceiling. So we're going to exhale, we're going to lift. I want you to take that into a nice stretch at the back of the leg. And then we're going to inhale, we're going to bring that back down. Stay on this side, we go again. Use the core to lift that leg up to the ceiling. Inhale, nice and straight movement through. Two more. Exhale, we lift, stretching into the leg. Inhale, just relax the shoulders. Last one on this side. Exhale, use the core to lift. Inhale, bring it down. Let's swap that over. So bring that right leg in. Straight, lengthen the left leg out on the inhale. We exhale, we're going to lift that leg up into that stretch. Inhale, bring this down, relax the shoulders. Using that core, exhale, we lift, straighten, Inhale, bring it down. Let's go 2 more. Exhale, really using that core to lift. Inhale, nice and slowly, nice and straight. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, bring it down. Well done. Bring that leg in. Now we're going to take the legs up into the tabletop position and we're going to bring the head and shoulders up to join it. So we're going to touch the ears, slightly rotate that pelvis, engage the core. Inhale, exhale, legs come up, head and shoulders come up. Really wriggle and crunch into that so we loosen up through the neck. We're going to do toe taps. So pivot at the hip, fix the knee. Right leg first of all. We inhale, we're going to take that down. We're going to exhale, we're going to pull that back in. Now over to the left side. Nice toe tap and lift it back up. So fix the knee, no bend in the knee, pivot at the hip, tap, exhale, pull it up. Keep that crunch, don't sink in the crunch. Inhale down, exhale, pull it up. 2 more. Inhale, tap, draw that belly down. Exhale, last one. Inhale down. Exhale, keep it up. We're going to go single leg stretch. So this right leg's going to stretch out nice and long. We're going to exhale as we go out. We're going to inhale as we pull that back in. Now onto the left side. We're going to exhale. We're going to go out. We're going to inhale. We're going to pull that back in. Well done. 4 more. Exhale, extend. Now the lower you go, the more intense that is. Inhale, bring it back in. Keep that crunch. Don't sink in the crunch. Exhale. Inhale, we've got 2 more. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, out. Inhale, draw that belly down. Last one. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale. Now keep the legs up, but relax the head and shoulders down. Take the arms up towards the ceiling. Drop the shoulder blades back down into the mat. We're going to do opposite arm to opposite leg. So we're going to start off with the right arm and left leg. So toe tap and then reach the right arm above the head. Inhale. Exhale, we pull it back together. Go to the opposite side now. So right leg, left arm, toe tap, reach the left arm above. Exhale, pull that back in. Keep it going. Right arm, left leg. Inhale, reach. Keep them shoulder blades connected to the mat. Exhale, up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, pull it back in. Now we're going to go with straight legs. So extend the legs up towards the ceiling. This is our dead bug. So again, we go right arm, left leg. Don't go out too far. Inhale, out. Exhale, pull that back in. Now left arm, right leg. Inhale, reach through the body. Exhale. If you want, we can take that a little bit lower. We're going to inhale, reach the arm and leg. Exhale, pull it back in. 1 more time, left arm, right leg, reach that through. Exhale, pull that back in. Well done. Bring everything down. Go into that nice long stretch. Legs out long, arms overhead. Lift through the rib cage. Take a nice deep inhale. And slowly release the exhale. Well done. Good. Okay, so you really felt that on them surface muscles in the core. So now what we're going to do is a little bit more intense into that core. We're going to do a double leg and double arm extend, and then we're going to bring that back in. But we're going to start off in a ball shape. So we're going to just lift the head and shoulders up, bring the knees in. We're going to hug into the knees. And then what we're going to do, we're going to extend the legs and the arms. Don't go too low, aim a little bit higher first of all. But this time we exhale as we go out, and we're going to inhale as we bring it back in. So when we're ready, we're going to inhale, prepare. Exhale, we're going to keep the head and shoulders up. We're going to extend the arms and the legs. And then we're going to bring that back in on the inhale. Scrunch that round. Let's go again. Exhale, extend nice and strong in the core. Inhale, really use your breath. We're going to exhale, blow into that. Get the core nice and strong. Inhale, bring it back. See if we can go a little bit lower. Exhale, reach, keep the core engaged. Inhale, back in. We've got 1 more. Exhale, reach out nice and long. Inhale, bring it back in. Great. Bring that down. Again, go into that nice long stretch where we're stretching out the core, arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. Well done. Good. we're going to start off with rolling like a ball. So we're going to bring ourselves up into our balance seat. So inhale, exhale, bring your knees in. Inhale, exhale, bring yourself up. Okay, so we're in our balance seat. Well done. Good. Okay, so we're going to start off with rolling like a ball. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and work on that momentum. Now, if we come down with a flat back, that's going to stop that roll. We need to try and create that nice C curve in the back where we can get that rocking motion through our roll and then bringing that back up to our seated position. So let's have a little play around with that, see how we get on with that. But just remember, as you come back, you want to try and sort of propel the hips up to then get that motion to bring it back up to that sitting up position. So we've got our balance seat, and when we come up in our balance seat, we're normally sort of easing that chest forward and the shoulders are down. But when we go back into our rolling like a ball, we want to draw the belly back on itself. We want to round the shoulders. We're making that C curve in the spine. And as we roll back, just try not to go any further than the neck, but we want to try and lift the hips and then bring ourselves back up to sitting balanced like a seat. So when we're ready, we're going to inhale, curl the belly round, let yourself drop back, lift the hips, exhale, bring it back up to that sitting up position. Okay, so it might take a few attempts getting that rocking, and then even when you come up to that sitting up position, you can use your belly, use your chest to push yourself forward. As you come back up, you're pushing yourself back up to that sitting up position. Let's try it a couple more times. So we're going to inhale, lift the hips, exhale, bring it back up to sitting. Good, well done. Good, and again, so getting that rocking motion, inhale, exhale. Woo, overshot that one, okay? Well done, there she is, excellent, good. Okay, so one more time, we're gonna inhale, we're gonna let that rock, try and get the hips up nice and high, exhale, bring it up. Fantastic, that was a much better one, well done, good. So what that's going to lead on to, okay, so we're going to try and get an exercise called pencil or rollover. Now, rollover or pencil, we would a lot of the time it's starting from this laying down position where we roll that over and we're going to try and get them hips up or even further over. But what we're going to do, we're going to try and use that rocking motion. So there's a few different angles we can do with this. We're going to try and see if we can rock that back. As we rock it back, we want to try and get our hands at the back of our hips, okay? So let's see how we get on with that. So that's where, with that rolling like a ball, we're trying to get them hips over on themselves, okay? So when we're ready, we're going to inhale. We're going to use that rocking motion as we drop it down and then try and catch yourself at the back of the hips. Well done. You've got it. Excellent. Good. So now we're up in that position, okay? Excellent. Up you come again. Good. Well done. Catching at the back. So you bring your hands at the back of the hips so you've got yourself there. Now we're going to try and push that up into a pencil. So that means we're going to try and straighten through the body. That means squeezing the glutes, pushing the feet up towards the ceiling. Well done. Good. Now, as we bring this down, I want you to try and bring your legs over your head a little bit and then slowly take your hands away where we can control that, bringing that back down. Good. So then we're going to rock ourselves up to our balance seat again. Okay. And we're going to have another little go at that. And what we want to try and work on is as we come back out of it. So we can adjust our body to, rather than if we was to come down, so if I was to come down and my legs are still long, it's going to, I'm going to come down too fast, too not going to get control of it. But as I come over, if I bring my legs closer in, and then if I roll through the body, I can keep my legs over, that will stop it from pulling me too fast, okay? So from our rolling like a ball, we're going to rock ourselves back, catch ourselves under our hips, And then we're going to see if we can adjust our legs around while we're over in that rollover. So inhale as we drop it back, go into that C curve, get the rock in motion, catch yourself onto your hips. Excellent. So now we can hinge at the hips, can't we? We can bring them legs further over. We can push that up higher. So have a little play around with how much we can hinge ourselves through our legs. Now when we start to bring that down, we want to try and get the legs over as far as we can so that it's not going to pull us too much. Then we can use our core to slowly bring and unfold through that motion. Brilliant, well done. So once again, we're going to inhale, let's exhale, bring ourselves up. Okay, now we're going to stay over in that position. Told you it was going to be a giggly one. So now we're going to stay over in that position and we're going to see how much range of movement we've got. And this is where obviously these type of exercises, they take a little bit of time sort of building up that core, the flexibility through the spine. So just make sure you go over with caution. Obviously, only go to the way you feel comfortable with it. You might feel as if you've got big boobs, they might be up in your face a bit. That might be one problem. But you might feel as if you're squeezing the blood to your head as well. So, but just be careful of your neck. Don't over push it. Only go to where you feel comfortable with this. So when we're ready, let's go back over. Let's see if we can get that pencil again. So remember to curl through the spine. We push the hips up and try and catch ourselves at the back of the hips. So off we go. We're going to inhale, exhale, up, catch yourself at the back of the hips. Well done. Good. Now we're up here. Let's see if we can hinge at the hips. We're going to see how much flexibility we've got in them legs, as seen if we can bring them feet over, but don't push it. If you're here, absolutely fine. And if you don't want to go any further, stay again, absolutely fine. It's a lot of flexibility through. Well done. Take your hands away and let's see if we can push them hips up even higher. Well done. That's it. So using that core. Now we're going to bring them legs back over. We're going to unfold through this movement and bringing ourselves back up. Good. Okay, so some exercises that we can do to help with improving our core in this one is an exercise routine that I used to do, which was in a pure abs or ab attack class. It was called 3-minute abs. So 3-minute abs consisted of hip ups and reverse curls. And what we're going to do, we're going to do 2 rounds of this little sequence. So when you're ready, bringing yourself back down into your laying down position. And we're going to start off with hip ups. So hip ups are where our legs are nice and straight. We're pushing through the heels. And we do little pulses up towards the ceiling. So there's no rocking motion in this one. So it's little, you exhale, so strong little pulse exhale. So you out. And that's going to be 1 repetition. And so we're going to do 8 of them. Then we're going to cross our legs and we're going to do reverse curls. So your legs come out slightly. Don't let them go too far because what can happen, it can pull and arch the back. So we just let the legs rock out a little bit, still keeping our pelvis in that neutral or slightly imprinted, core nice and engaged. And we rock that up, so we try and get the hips up, so we're bringing the knees over. That's our reverse curl. So we're going to do 8 of them, and then we're going to go back to our hip ups. So when we're ready, we've got our legs nice and straight, relaxing in the shoulders. We're going to do 8 hip ups. Inhale, exhale. We're going to push through the hips. So we're going to push up, try not to get that rocket motion. Again, exhale, push. Don't let that rock forward. Exhale, 3. Relax the shoulders. 4 more. 5, little push up. 6, try not let the legs rock. 7, well done. And last one, 8. Now we're going to cross the ankles. Let's get a little bit of a rocking motion. So the legs slightly come out. We're going to exhale to bring the hips over. Inhale as it comes back down. Good. And again, exhale, rock over. Well done. Good. That's 2. Exhale, 3. Inhale, bring back. Exhale. 4. Well done. Relax the shoulders. 4 more. 5. Well done. 6. Nice straight movement through this. Let that motion. 7. 1 more to go. Then we're going to go back to them hip ups. And 8. So now we're going to go back to them straight legs. Push through the heels. Let's do our pulses up. Inhale. Exhale. Push. Well done. And relax the shoulders. 2. 3. 4. 5. Use that breath. 6. No rocking. 7. Last one. 8. Now we can get the rocking motion. Legs come out slightly. Exhale. Come over. 1. Inhale. Leg rock out. 2. Push through the hips up. 3. Inhale. Come out. 4. Use that breath. 5. Keep it nice and straight. 6. 2 more to go. 7. Push the hips up. Last one. And 8. Well done. Good. Now from here, let's see if we can go back over into that pencil. So use that rocking motion. Trying to get your hips up and catch yourself underneath the hips. When we're ready, we're going to inhale. We're going to exhale. We're going to rock it over. Push that up. See if we can get the hands behind the hips. Well done. Nearly there. Good. That's it. Up we go. Excellent. Good. So now, a little trick that we can use that ball for. So we're going to pop that ball. So where we use that rocking motion of rolling like a ball, that helped propel us to get us up into that position. So the exercises that we just now done, the hip ups, the reverse curls, the more we practice with them exercises, then we can then use that, because there's this little bit of a dead area where we push up into that position and try to get them hips up. But what we're going to do, we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a helping hand. We're going to pop the ball underneath our hips, okay, underneath the back of the hips. Bring your feet in nice and close. Keep your knees in. As we do this, I want you to keep your knees in nice and close. So we're going to inhale. We're going to exhale. You're going to bring your knees over, okay? So now you've automatically got that rocking motion. It's going to help you. Now we're going to use the legs to push up from here into that pencil. That's it. Keep that ball back where it is. And then we can bring that back down. Okay, so that ball's going to help us lift, because we've taken out that harder zone at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to use that behind us. We can push up into the pencil. So we haven't used any of that rocking motion. There we go. Well done. Good. Just make sure that ball is behind, and then we gently bring that back down. Keep the knees in close. Don't let them overhang. It'll pull you too much. One more time. We're going to inhale, we're going to exhale, bring the knees over. Use your legs as that counterbalance as we push up, and then we can catch ourselves at the back. Excellent. I can see lots of legs up in the air, which is fantastic. Now just move the ball out of the way. Let's see if we can bring this down with that control again. So remember, hinge at the hips, roll that through the spine. Let's see if we can bring ourselves up to our balanced seat position. Well done. Good. Excellent. So we're going to lead on to another exercise, really quite famous in the Pilates world, which is called the teaser. Okay, so the teaser is where we are balanced on the back of our hips, and we're going to bring the legs, and we're going to work our way to this. So we're going to break this down. So this is our teaser. Okay, so we do our balance seat quite a lot, on which if we have too much weight in the feet, we're going to pull forward. If we have too much weight in the back, it's going to pull us back. So we've got to find that balance, that scales. That's where we're going to be with this. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to take this into a tabletop with our legs. So we're going to inhale. Now, you can use your hands for support. We're going to exhale. We're going to bring them legs into the tabletop. Again, you can adjust your balance through your core. And then we're going to take the arms away. So we're going to inhale. We're going to exhale, we're going to bring the arms out. We're going to relax the shoulders. Now, if you're happy to stay here, then do so. If you want to go to the next one, we're going to inhale, we're going to exhale, we're going to try and straighten them legs. You've got to adjust that scowl, so slightly lean that out to keep that balance, otherwise you'll rock back. Well done. Good. When you're ready, bring that down. Fantastic. Cool. So lots of deep core muscles having to stabilise that through, as well as you'll feel it in the front of them hip flexors as well, because suspending the legs up in the air. Right, let's see if we can put these together. So let's have another little practice with our teaser. So we're going to inhale, exhale, bring it up to balance C. Inhale, exhale, we're going to bring it out to tabletop. Inhale, exhale, bring the arms out nice and straight. Inhale, exhale, straighten through the legs. Hold, breathe, adjust it through your pelvis and your core. Well done. Bring that back down. Right. Now, we're going to put this together in a little sequence. We're going to do rolling like a ball up into pencil. Then we're going to come back out of pencil. So I'm just going to quickly demo. We're going to come back out of pencil and catch it in the teaser. So we're going to be in balance C. We're going to inhale, exhale up into pencil, okay? Then we're going to slowly hinge at the hips. We're going to bring that round, and then we're going to bring that up into our teaser, okay? So a little bit of a challenging one, but we just need to. It's like if you're trying to throw a ball into a hoop and you overshoot that ball and then you undershoot that ball, and then you'll eventually get that right amount of effort to get the ball in the hoop. And it's the same with this. Okay, so the one or two, on the first time, you might not have enough push to get that teaser. On the second one, you might go too much. But on that third one, you're going to start to adjust that, or you'll get it straight off the first time. So starting out at our balance C. So we're just sitting up nice and tall, the shoulders are back, the chest is slightly forward. Then when we're ready to go into our rolling like a ball, we're going to bring the belly back. We're going to create that C curve. We inhale, we rock it back, and we catch under the back of our hips. Well done. Good. Lots of legs up in the air. Okay, so try and push that pencil up nice and tall. Squeeze the bottom. Push the feet up towards the ceiling. Now relax that down and let the legs come over the head. And let's see if we can get that roll back out of this, up into the teaser. So we're going to gently roll that through. We're going to lift up into the teaser and catch that at the end. Good effort. Well done. Good. Excellent. So by breaking that down in then different ways, we can then get that nice little sequence through. One more time. Are we ready? So we're going to sit in our balance seat, chest forward, shoulders back. And then when we come back into our rolling knuckle ball, get that nice C curve. So we're going to inhale, exhale up. We'll caught that well. Well done. Good. Push that pencil up nice and long. Stretch it through the legs. Now let's fold that back down again. So bring the legs over. As the legs come over, you're going to slowly bring this out, rolling through the spine. Let that momentum, let that momentum bring you back up into that balance seat, into that teaser, sorry. Well done. Fab effort. Excellent. Told you there'll be lots of giggles today. So, and I'm really, really proud of you, because initially, I know when you see some of these exercises and you think, oh, I could never do that. But when we break it down and it's just learning how the body is moving through, obviously, yes, a little bit of that core strength, flexibility through the spine, and these things can become achievable. So well done. Big pat on the back. So now what we're going to do is going to go through our stretch routine. So use some great core muscles, sort of all that stabilising through the body. Brilliant. So in our starting position, ready, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders back, holding onto the front of these. We're going to do this again, so we're going to roll through the spine. As we do this every week, we improve in the core strength, control, slowly bring that down. Excellent. When you bring it down, have a nice little wriggle. Bring the feet in really, really close. Let the knees drop out to the sides, soles of the feet together. And we've just got a little bit of a gap in the back. So we're going to rotate the pelvis. You're going to feel that nice stretch into the hip flexors. Drop the shoulder blades back and down. Hands on the inner thighs. You're going to inhale through your nose. Exhale. Feel like the body's deflating, sinking into the mat. Add a little bit of pressure to the inner thighs. Well done. Good. And another one. Nice big inhale. Exhale. Going all the way to the end of the breath. The body feels heavy. Well done. Excellent. Engage your core. We're going to bring the knees back up to center. You're going to tuck your pelvis. Inhale, exhale. You're going to bring your knees in. We're going to squeeze the knees into the chest, similar to what we've been doing, trying to get the back of the hips up off the mat. Inhale, release. Well done. And exhale, squeezing round, drop them shoulder blades back. Inhale, release. Take that a little bit more into the hips now. So open the knees up a little bit more. Exhale, we squeeze the knees round. Again, we feel like we're getting the back of the hips up off the mat. Squeeze the knees. Inhale, release. Let's go one more time with that stretch. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Open the knees up fully. Reach through to the ankles. We're going to take the feet up towards the ceiling. Locking the elbows into the knees. We're going to try and draw them knees down. Now, if you can reach your feet, taking hold of your feet to the outside of the foot. So locking your hand around. That's just going to help you get a little bit more leverage on that stretch. If not, if you're holding on to the back of your thighs, absolutely fantastic as well. So inhale. Exhale. Breathe into that stretch. From here, we're going to hold on to the big toes or, again, anywhere on the back of the legs. We're going to try and straighten them legs out. We're going to push them knees back, improving the flexibility in them hamstrings. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, to breathe into that stretch. Try and manipulate the body to release that stretch. Well done. When you're ready, bend your knees. Bringing your feet back down. We're going to slightly take the hips over to the left. And then we're going to let the knees drop over to the right. Keep rolling on that right hip. Bring that left knee up nice and high. Use the right hand, rolling over. Open up the left arm behind you, looking over the left shoulder. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale to breathe into the hip. Feel that stretch in the hip, coming up the side of the body. Drop that shoulder down. Well done. One more nice big breath. Inhale. Exhale, breathe into the stretch. The body goes heavy. Well done. Engage your core. Bring your knees back together. Tuck your pelvis. Inhale, exhale, lifting the knees back up to center. Now we bring the hips back into center. Have a nice little wriggle. Now we're going to take the hips slightly over to the right. Let the knees drop over to the left. Keep rolling on that left hip. Bringing the right knee all the way over and up nice and high. Use the left hand. Open up the right arm behind you. Looking over the right shoulder. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. Breathe into the hip. Go heavy through the body. Let that right shoulder drop down. And again, one more nice big breath. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe into the hip. Let the body go heavy. Drop that shoulder. Fantastic. Well done. Engage the core. Bring the knees back together. Tuck the pelvis. Exhale. Bring the knees back up. And bring the hips back into center. Oh, we're going to rock up into our balanced seat. We've done this load today, so we're going to be really good at it. We're going to inhale, exhale. Up we come to our balanced seat. Hold that balance. Use the chest. Push it forward, shoulders back. Right foot goes behind the left foot. Place the feet down. The right knee goes out to the side. We've got to bring the weight back into that left hip. And then we're going to rotate, put the left hand behind you, push the chest forward, rotate the shoulders round to the left, just adjusting them shoulders round. I lock the elbow around the arm, or see if we can get that onto the other side. Sit up tall, shoulders back, inhale. Exhale, deflate the body back, hold your frame, push the chest forward and release. And then swap this around. So left foot behind the right foot. We're going to bring the weight back into that right hip. Use your hand behind you. Push your chest forward. Rotate the shoulders around. I lock the elbow. We're trying to draw that knee across or onto the other side. Sit up nice and tall. Shoulders back, chest forward. Inhale. Exhale. Shoulders back, chest forward. Hold your frame and release. And then let's swivel this round onto our knees. We're going to try and get our bottom back on our heels. Knees are nice and wide, shoulders back, chest forward. We're going to inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, we're going to fold at the hips. We're going to walk this down, reaching the arms out nice and long, forehead down. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, go heavy in the chest. Relax the shoulders. And again, nice big inhale. Exhale, go heavy in the chest. Go down. When you're ready, let's walk this back up. So lifting that chest back up. Bringing the knees into hip width, up onto all fours. We're going to let the belly drop down, tailbone up, shoulders back, looking up. We inhale. Exhale, you rotate the pelvis, lifting up the belly, stretch across the shoulder blades, tuck the head under. Exhale. And now let's go the opposite way. So push them hips back, let the belly flow down through the shoulders, looking up. Inhale, shoulders back and down. One more time, rotate the pelvis, lifting the belly across the shoulders, tuck the head under. Exhale. Let's find neutral now. So rotate the pelvis back to neutral. Flow that through into the spine and into the shoulders. We're going to go right hand into the center. We're going to go left hand, we're going to scoop it up, we're going to reach through the fingers. Inhale, stretch, open the chest. Exhale, we're going to thread this under, bring that shoulder down, stretch the right arm up along the mat, and then that right hand, we're going to roll that hand inwards. So roll on that hand to the back of the hand, increasing that stretch in the shoulder. Inhale. Slowly release the exhale. Roll the hand back, draw the hand in. Now use that arm to lift up. And then we're going to bring that left hand into center. We're going to bring the right arm. We're going to reach through the fingers, open the chest. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, thread under. Bring that shoulder down. Stretch the left arm up along the mat. Now that left hand rolls in onto the back of the hand. Inhale. Exhale. Roll the hand back, draw the hand in. Use that left arm to push yourself back up. And then we're going to go spider hands. We're going to just we're not arching in the back. We let that chest drop down, shoulders back. We're bringing this left foot forward. Inhale. Exhale, we want to step that through. Adjust your stance, get nice and comfy. We lean into that knee. Inhale. Push into that front leg. Exhale, we're coming up. We use the right arm to come over. Left arm is going up. We reach through the fingers into that nice stretch. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to roll them arms back round. Taking them hips back, lifting up the toes. We're going to give that foot a little bit of a wiggle. I want you to mobilise through the ankle. And then we're going to bring that foot out to the right side. So we're going to inhale. Exhale, bring that foot out, and then we're going to support ourselves as we come forward onto the knee. Keep your weight in your arms as you slide your leg back. So you adjust how far you go with this. Try and keep your weight over your foot. And then if you want, we can fold that forward, forehead down. Relax the shoulders. Big stretch into the hip. Inhale. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, breathe into the hip. Let the body go heavy. And again, one more nice big breath. Inhale, relax the shoulders. Exhale, go heavy through the body. Visualize that breath going to the hip. Well done. When you're ready, lifting up your head. Bring your elbows back in underneath, then up onto your hands so you can lift yourself up. Draw the leg in behind and release that front leg. Onto the other side. So spider hands. Remember, chest forward, shoulders back. Bring this right foot forward. Inhale. Exhale, step through. Adjust your stance. Lean into that knee, shoulders back. Inhale, we're pushing into that front leg. Exhale, we lift the chest. We bring the left arm over, the right hand up. We're going to reach through the fingers. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, roll the arms back round. Bring the hips back, lifting up the toe. Give that ankle a little wiggle from side to side. Mobilise the ankle. Inhale. Exhale, bring that foot out to the left. Support yourself as you come forward onto the knee. Slide the leg back behind. Keep your weight over your foot and adjust how far you bring this forward. Forehead down, relax the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, breathe into the hip. Try and relax through the body, go heavy. Well done, one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, breathe into the hip. Well done. When you're ready, lifting up your head, bring your elbows back in, up onto your hands. We're going to lift yourself up, draw the leg in behind, release that front leg. We're going to go flat hands. We're going to turn the toes back. We're going up onto our downward dog. So inhale, exhale, engage the core, lifting up the hips. Let's paddle this out. So bend one knee, lean into the opposite heel and the other side. Trying to stretch out the back of them legs. In, paddle, paddle, paddle. Well done. Keeping them ankles nice and straight. So we want to stretch out the calves. We want to make sure them ankles nice and straight. When you're ready, we're going to push them hands away. We're going to try and get them heels down towards the mat. Straighten them legs out. Let the belly drop down. Try and turn that tailbone up. Inhale. Exhale. Let's walk out to plank. We're going to inhale. We're going to exhale. We're going to slowly bring this down. Now you can come down onto your knees. Bringing it down. Turn the toes back. We're going to come up into Sphinx or Cobra. Exhale, we come up. I want you to just adjust your hands slightly. Bring them back. We're going to let the body sink through into this position. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bring this back down. Bend the elbows. Bring your hands underneath your armpits. Turn your toes back. We're pushing up into plank. You can come back on your knees. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back to downward dog. Push back into those heels. And then we're going to bring this left foot forward. So I'm going to come back up onto my fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, we flick the heels. We're going to arch through the back, create that door and step through. Sink the hips. Well done. Adjust your stance. Get nice and comfy. Lean into that front leg. Inhale. Exhale, push into the front leg. We're going to reach it up to the ceiling. Inhale, stretch. Try and keep that back leg straight. Exhale, bring it down. Step back into downward dog. Push back. We're going to inhale. Let's go with the right leg now. Exhale, flick, ripple and step. Sink them hips again. Shoulders back. Weight into the front leg. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to reach up. Reach through the fingers. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, down. Let's step forward. And then we're going to wiggle them toes off. Heels on. So our feet are pointing out diagonally. Legs are nice and straight. We're going to inhale. Exhale, bottom comes down. Elbows go into the knees. Hands come together. Sit deep into that squat. Shoulders back. Looking up. Chest forward. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Bottom comes up. Wiggle them feet back into hip width. Let the upper body hang over, holding onto the elbows. We're going to inhale, we're going to roll the shoulders round. I want you to pull that opposite hip back. Exhale, come to centre. Inhale, roll the shoulders the other way. Pull the opposite hip back. Exhale, come to centre. Inhale, slowly bring this up. Keep them legs nice and straight. Roll the shoulders, open the arms, lifting up onto tiptoes, core strong, find your balance, drop the shoulders all the way to the end of the breath. Well done. Good. Excellent work. Nice